minute conversation, nothing too long. I have darts in 45 minutes, and I am going to shoot lights out tonight at League. Still tip. Yes, it is still tip. So I actually have to do math and be on time so I can feel comfortable. Great. Just services unavailable now. How many viewers do we have, Pat? Oh, that's fantastic. 40. That's good. Because you know how many I have right here on my computer? None. Hey, if you guys you see the snow coming down, it's because it's kind of chilly up here in Minnesota. Also in Indiana, where Don's at, it's snowing. We're getting dumped on right now. You folks in California can never understand it. Oh, okay. Now I see we have 36 followers there. What's up, Garris? What's up, Mo? James? David Delp? Thank you for tuning in. If you guys can like or share, let's build up to this to about a couple hundred people. And hey, check out the hoodie I got on. It's pretty cool. The hoodies just came in today. Pretty good. This USA UTG jersey, you can hoodie. You can check it over at ultimateteamgear.com. This Friday, we start the live streaming of the Shoot to the Moon. I have never been to Huntsville, Alabama. I'm actually looking forward to going to this event. I'm happy that they're going to have us come out and live stream. We have some new interfaces. I shared them earlier today on our website. Our website on Facebook. You can check out the new interface. New interface is going to allow for us to have a larger image of the dartboard and more of the player, kind of like what the PDC does, except for the actual scoreboard itself integrates with Dart Connect. And I think it's pretty cool. It's classy, it's professional. And we also have added, we now have 7 camera views now. So no more of this boring, straight up just seeing the player and seeing the dartboard. We're actually going to be jumping around. If you watch the PDC live stream this week, it's very much like the way PDC has it up. We have a couple extra cameras. And I would like to say that I'm proud that when I seen the setup for the PDC, I was like, oh my God, I got the same cameras. So knowing that the #1 player in the market is we're both using the same gear is pretty cool. So you're going to check that out on Friday and Saturday. Now we're just going to go bring Don in. Don is patiently sitting waiting for me to say, yo, turn your mic on. Let me bring him on this view here. Give me 1 second, please. All right. Let's see if we can see you on there. Don, can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Let's make sure the viewers at home can hear you. Otherwise, it would be a conversation between you and I, and that would be pretty boring.
Absolutely.
So tell me about the weather. What are you guys getting dumped?
Started about 2 hours ago. Looks like we're going to get 6 to 8 tonight, what it looks like. So we'll see how it goes.
Dang, 6 to 8 inches?
Yep.
How long you been in Indiana?
I'm born and raised here.
Okay, so this is normal for you, or you're used to it?
Yeah.
I actually had to use the snowblower for the first time. Usually I try to be away when the storms hit, make my roommate do everything. I had to use a First of all, I had to buy a snowblower. That was weird. And then 2, I had to use it, and no one tells you about the slipping and falling. Correct. How icy it is and how much work it is, and it's miserable. It is not fun.
No. It's part of the deal.
Part of the deal I didn't sign up for. I blame it on darts. Could have been in California sitting out in the sun. Exactly. Can you guys give me a like or not a like? Can you hear Don and I? Please give us feedback on Facebook. Oh, Jack Patterson's. Yes, he does hear you. All right, Don. So let's get our chat going on. We're going to be live streaming on February 22nd to 25th. We're going to Indianapolis, and we're going to live stream your event, which is Indiana State Darts, which is part of the Indiana Amusement and Music Operations Association, AMOA. That's a tongue twister there.
Correct.
Yeah, so we're really excited about it because we know the numbers that are going to be there. Also, I find it very interesting because, we're deep into Facebook, and all we hear about is how Indiana has the best dart players and all this other stuff. So it's going to be interesting seeing the players there, and then watch everybody else hack each other on Facebook, talking about how they're better, and then we'll go to their city, and then the same thing repeats itself. But so you're the tournament director, so give us some history about AMOA.
Well, it's the IAMOA. Which
IAMOA, Indiana. Got
Indiana version. Their members are comprised of operators in the state of Indiana that runs the dart leagues. That's how they qualify to go to their state tournament. So that's what the members consist of, is operators that operate dart machines to send players to the tournaments. Send pool players for pool tournaments, dart players for dart tournaments. It's a membership association. So it's been in business. This is our probably close to 35 years they've been in business.
That's a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I've been running the tournament since 1995. I started first year, we had about 380 players. This
wow.
1,740.
1,740 players. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of egos and children to manage.
That's correct. I mean, we're jamming them through on Thursday to Sunday, and it's a good time. Everybody has a good time. They play a lot of darts. They can play 5 events. They can play 1 singles, 1 doubles event, a mixed doubles, a mixed trips, and team event. So they can't participate in cricket singles and 01. You can only pick 1.
Oh, that's brutal.
Well, they concourse in time. With the amount of time they have. I mean, for cricket singles, I got 550 players in cricket singles starting at 8 a.m. on Friday morning.
Wow.
At noon, there's another 359 players going on top of them.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's jammed in, and you add in between that the ladies' masters and the men's masters singles, which is another 110. They're starting at 10:30. So it's like, it's a big orchestra of moving stuff around. We got 130 dartboards. They're all in use. It's kind of like, a big cattle herd. We start them up and we finish on Sunday night sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're obviously limited by the number of boards you have. So you have 130 and all those players. And then the other thing is, I think it's good because usually what we see is that usually a lot of tournaments. So tournaments for some other non-league tournaments is like the moneymaker for a lot of organizations. So the reason why they have so many events in the weekend is so that they can generate revenue, which they can then apply for the next year and whatnot. So that's why they want to be positive. But in order to do that, you have to have a ton of events. So we'll go to an event weekend, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you can play every single event. And there's like 500 events. Okay, more like probably 910 or something like that. But they're just turning through, but you don't have those large mass numbers. So It's nice because I actually think that I don't like that. I would prefer for a person to choose an event and then play a lot of that versus playing just a little bit so that they can make all the others. So I think it's cool, but obviously there's a time constraint here when you have so many people, because your only other option is to be an NDA, or I think even Whammo's more than 4 days. Yeah, Whammo's like a week. So that means you have to extend it out, which means it costs more money for people, hotel, travel. And so you guys just confine it down to those 4 days, huh?
Right. We start Thursday, 6 o'clock with the mixed trips. That'll finish Thursday night. And then all the other singles events go off on Friday. Cricket double starts Friday night at 8. And then Saturday morning will continue along with the 01 doubles and the Masters doubles. And then 3 o'clock on Saturday, we'll start the mixed doubles, which is our largest event at 528 teams.
Mixed doubles is your largest event?
528 teams.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I would have thought cricket was your biggest event.
Well, it is entries, but with players, you're putting, 1,056 players on the floor at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
As opposed to 550 cricket singles. Cricket singles is our largest event.
Okay.
Doubles is our second largest.
Second, got it. Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, but the amount of people you're putting on the floor, that's our largest event for one start at 3 o'clock. And then finish probably around 1 a.m., 1:30 on Saturday night.
Yeah, we're gonna set rules for the streaming, by the way.
Set of rules.
Yeah, we're going to set rules, and we're not going to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting down there and getting off at 4
Yeah, I
o'clock in the
get
morning.
you. I get you. The morning team event starts at 8. We finish probably around 11:30 that night. By the time we're done.
So I find the mixed doubles your second largest event. I think that's a crazy number. And the reason why is it's mixed. That means there has to be equal number of men and equal number of women, which says that in your organization that you guys have a lot of female players.
I give it probably about 600 of the 1,700, 650.
Yeah,
1,700 are women.
That's good. That's a larger percentage that I've seen at most events, at other events.
Sure.
That's great. And women also have their own individual events they can participate in, correct?
We used to have straight women events. Now we have just a ladies masters event.
Okay.
The other events we used to do, it was not good for the women because, you got to put levels in. When you put levels in, you got 5 or 6 or 8 in the top level, and there's not enough money there, so you get rid of that, and you put them into the open division, and now they're playing against open players. That's what the NDA did, so that's what we did.
Yeah.
So we do a ladies masters. We offer that. We usually get 15, 16.
Yeah.
The women beat themselves up, but I think it's better for them to play in the open division. But we do a couple things to make it a little easier for women because there's some women that, personally, I believe that women shoot their darts. Whatever it is, that's what they shoot. They aren't shooting to a number where guys will shoot to a number to get to a level to play in that event.
Yeah.
To where women, they're giving you their best darts most of the time.
Yeah. Never thought about that.
When their points per dart and marks per round come in, and we had some women that are shooting, 27, 28 points per dart and 3-0 cricket.
Yeah.
Those are their numbers. But they're not the same numbers as a man shooting 28, 27 points per dart in a 3-0 cricket because those guys sometimes have a little more in their tank.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
So we recognize that, and sometimes we have to make adjustments to get the women in the levels we think they can compete in just because of that. When you get to the lower levels, it doesn't much matter because you're getting numbers to numbers.
Yep.
But the higher levels, we don't really have a lot of women play level 1, even though they have level 1 stats, just because there's a different competition for them. They give us our best numbers, and I don't feel all the guys give us their best numbers.
Yeah. Well, glad that you can speak honest about that. In fact, I commend you, and this is good because then this is going to allow me to be honest with you and ask you questions that obviously are what our viewers and listeners are thinking because, one, this is a soft tip event, and this is a leveled event, a handicap event. So it's not. So let me back up. It's a handicap league, but the tournament itself is leveled, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that's great. And the questions I'm about to ask you, I'm actually really going to listen to you because I feel like you know what you're talking about because you actually am doing some research and you do understand your clientele. So I think that's fantastic. So let's talk about the level play. Let's talk about sandbaggers. It's a huge, huge issue in soft tip darts. Many of dart players will tell you or express that they believe that darts has been damaged because of handicaps. A lot of them do understand the need for handicaps. A lot of them don't. I'm for handicap at a certain point, but I also believe like once you get to, say, a 3-0 shot, I believe that handicap should be removed. And I'm talking about men here. Sure. And that there's a certain, you're moving on, you're graduating. But the handicap system obviously is there because of the fact of handicap brings in more players, and it's the lower level players that actually pay for us all to play darts and everything else. So talk about it. How do you feel? I know you guys get shit about it, right? Complaints, sandbaggers. How do you handle all that?
I always hear it. I mean, we review every player in the tournament. I use 2 years past history plus this year's skills. And we kind of go through every player, and I'll look at them, and they have a tendency. A lot of players, they don't rise every year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have history back to 299, 2000 when we started using the computers to where I have history back that far. We have to look that. We don't go that far. I mean, I usually go 3 years tops.
Yeah.
But there's always a player out there. I mean, there's always a ton. I mean, I change probably, if I change one, me and two other guys go through this that work for me at the tournament. We change one person, we change 500. Just the stats.
Yeah.
They're given us because either they, I mean, we always take into consideration if there's a large gap in history performance.
Time not played or just in performance?
Performance itself.
Okay.
You know, I mean, there's always a time not played.
Right.
But there's the performance, you know, it's like maybe 2 years ago they were a 29. And maybe last year they were a 28. And then maybe this year they come in there at 23. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
They had a car accident, shoulder surgery, divorce, death in the family. I don't buy it. Because that guy was 29. He knows he's around the dartboard. So
yeah.
He's not coming in at 23. He's going to have to earn that 23. He's going to have to show me that that's what he's doing now. You know, first of all, he doesn't know anybody in that level because he's been playing at a high level the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
All he's trying to do is take money. And we protect them. We protect the players that are there. You know, we do brackets of 64s. Most brackets are 64s. So, you know, like for cricket singles, there's nine brackets. There's 9 levels, plus masters. So, you know, I think our tournament stays the same with numbers and we continue to grow because the players think they have a fair shake with us.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't just take their entries and send it in and that's it. We're good. We're not good. Guys will shoot to a number. Women sometimes will shoot to a number.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, there's cases to where stuff happens. I've had a guy that developed a hitch. You're a dart player. You know, hitches happen.
Yep.
So I call the operator and say, hey, man, what's going on with this guy? He's a master player. He's playing level 2. He's developed a hitch.
Yeah.
So I can't put him level 2. I'll level 1 him. So I put him in level 1. He didn't even cash. It was a legitimate hitch.
Yeah.
I watched him play, and it was awful. I mean, you know, there's situations we understand. But overall, we don't catch a lot of crap at the tournament over this guy's in the wrong level.
Yeah.
We also have catch rings of you can only go down one level playing in a different event. So if you're a level 1 singles 01 player.
Oh, we got to freeze. Hang on.
You can only
come back to us. There you go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. We lost you there just for a second, but we caught most of it, and that's good. You know, that's one. You have to have an authority figure to make people understand that you're not going to take the BS, right? And you're not going to get over on the system. But also at the same time, you have to be understanding because there are people who do have problems and hitches and ability that, you know, not everybody's going to keep getting better, and some people are going to get worse. But it's also about being fair, and it's nice that you guys actually sit there and review it. And I know other organizations that I was even part of to where we did do that, and it is difficult. I mean, 1,700 players that you have to, you know, manage here. I only had to manage at one time 800, right? So, like, I know there's a lot of work in that, and that's great that you're being considerate for all that. And I think in the end, it really does help the system in terms of the organization to grow, you know?
That's why our numbers are always up is because, you know, I don't hear a lot of stuff on the tournament floor. You know, I've been doing it a long time. The players know that I'm giving them a fair shake. You know, it's like we're not trying to take anybody's money and do anything stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather fight with one person over that guy not being in that level than the other 61 players why he's in that level.
Why he's in that level, yeah.
I'll take that fight every day.
Yeah. Good, good, good. Hey, question. How many people have you forfeited?
Forfeited by...
I don't know. It took too long to get to the board. I just want to know what kind of tournament director you are.
Usually, well, our refs will forfeit. We have refs on the floor.
Yeah.
We have a few. I mean, CompuSport speeds up process quite a bit.
Yeah.
We did the tournament, you know, when we did it on Tourney King, that was more of a player awareness thing. We give them 5 minutes and 1 minute and done.
Yeah.
That's what they get.
Yeah.
The call, they got 5 minutes, 1 and done.
Preach it on, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, you came to play darts. I don't care. If you had to go to the bathroom, you should have told the guy you're at the board with you had to go to the bathroom.
Or have a cigarette. Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we're not there because, you know, like I tell everybody else, we're holding the bag at the end, not you. Chances
Yeah.
are you ain't going to be at the end. We're here.
That's right.
You guys move it.
Yeah. I say the same thing.
We probably have, I would say probably 20 a year maybe.
Yeah.
We've had a couple with, playing out of sequence in the team event to where they just couldn't figure it out. I mean, it's like, it's like you're in kindergarten, you get in line and don't get out of line.
Yeah.
And these people just couldn't figure it out. They forfeited their game, then they forfeited their match in the same next game for the same thing. So it's like, I can't fix that.
Yeah.
But it's about 20, I guess, and it's always, we mark everything. So the scorers are there, at the scan. So they mark it. We have protection. The referees sign off on it. We're good. When they come up looking at me, it's like, you're coming to me 25 minutes after your match was forfeited. It's a little late to be talking about this now.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is great. And this is how darts needs to be. And I can't tell you how I don't play tournaments a lot because of the fact that I can't stand the way tournaments are being ran, meaning that I hate being a player and I hate dealing with all the BS. Sure. I'll go to, and I love to play. I love playing tournaments. I will play if I know that those tournaments are being ran well. And in fact, I won't even do a live stream with a company or organization if I know that they run a tournament horribly, just because it's just a huge waste of time. And we got better things to do. And especially as a player, I want to play. So nice to see that you're actually putting your foot down. Any questions from our viewers? Please go ahead and ask them here on Facebook. If you are watching on one of the YouTube channels, I'm sorry, I'm only active right now in the chat and Facebook, so you can go to Red Eye Rhino on our Facebook page. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask before we wrap this up. Don, the no nonsense, the no bullshit Ernst. I like you, man. I'm a fan.
That's it.
How many operators are we talking about for the IAMOA?
We have, I believe it's 20 participating in this tournament. I believe that's what they're sending in.
Are there any operators outside of Indiana?
I believe we still have 44 members, but there's only 20 that are out running leagues that present players. They're throughout the state from one end to the other.
Okay.
From north by Michigan, to here by Chicago where I'm at, to down in Evansville, over by the Ohio line, down in Richmond in that area. They're coming, and I have players from Ohio that come across the line and play.
Okay, so it's not just restricted to the state of Indiana, but it's the operators who operate in the state of Indiana, correct? That's correct. Okay. Well, that's awesome. And of those, you have 20 operators. I guess the question is, they're obviously responsible for their players, right?
They sign a waiver stating that what they've sent us is to the best of their knowledge correct. So, yeah, there's a protection clause for us that, those operators know if they give me crap, their players aren't going to be right, and they know that. If they give me crap stats, I'm not using them because guys will do it, and it's like, no, we got other stats. We'll go with something else.
Yeah.
And then guys figure it out. I mean, I went through one year with a guy who was a master player, and he gives me stats for, like, playing level 4. I said, first of all, you don't even know anybody in level 4.
Yeah.
Secondly, you're not playing darts there. Well, those are my stats. I said, those are bullshit stats. You're not playing there. Masters. He wins second place. Really, dude? I told you you're a master player. You didn't listen to me.
Yeah. I like Don, folks. Hey, Don, there's a couple questions. So actually, one of the questions is what events will be streamed, and I don't know this yet because I will have a discussion with Don, the tournament director. More than likely, we prefer and love to stream single events and double events. So we will not do trips. I know that, and I know if there's any blind draws, we won't be doing that. But Don and I will have a discussion around that. Usually, our format is cricket and 0-1 singles. We like to showcase, and then occasionally a doubles. But this is a league event, so Don and I will have that discussion. Don, do you guys have any rule books that are public?
Our rules that we use are NDA
sanctioned rules. Yep, I figured so.
There isn't any variation from us. The only thing that we do different than the NDA is that in all doubles, trips, and team event, that the diddler can't start, which makes it more of a team event.
Oh, the person who diddles can't start the event.
That's correct.
Okay, I see. And is
so either you got a good guy that throws darts, either you want to win the diddle or you want to win the game. Your choice.
That's interesting. What about in a mixed scenario? Do the women automatically go first?
Nope.
Same rule.
You cannot start the game.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that's good. A question, you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, because I think it's a political question. Which operator brings the most players?
There's quite a few that are pretty close.
Okay.
I mean, from the southern end of the state. I mean, here's the deal. When you're dealing with like Indianapolis, there's 3 different operators in Indianapolis. 4 actually. So they're splitting into a piece of the pie. I mean, there's 400 players coming from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of large operators, and there's some ones that just bring a few. There's 4 or 5 operators that are 150 players plus, which is pretty stout for a league.
Yeah. Yeah. Do are all the boards? I'll just jump out and say, are all the boards G3 dartboards or Arachnid dartboards?
No, we get 80 valleys from High Country Promotions, and then the other 50 come from Arachnid.
Okay, so it's Arachnid and Valley dartboards.
Correct.
And then they're alternated, and you can participate on whatever board you're thrown on. Correct?
It's blind draw. Whatever number you're assigned to is what you get.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You don't get to pick. We pick. We don't pick. The computer does it.
The computer does it all, right?
That's where you're playing. That's where you're at.
Yeah, no nonsense here. So I think that wraps it up for the questions and probably for this interview, Don. I really appreciate you taking the time and giving us some information. I've heard a lot about this event. There's several events that we hear a lot about, and I'm really happy to say that this is a year that we get to go out and show this country as well as the world, because we do have international viewers coming in to watch the events. So we will work together and give these people a great show. I'm happy to go to the event and actually now can speak from context of actually being there and experiencing everything that you guys do.
Awesome.
And one other thing, you guys have a pool event on. I know that there's been discussion for our viewers who don't know this. Ultimate Team Gear provides live streaming. It just so happens to be me doing it.
Right.
So you guys actually have a Indiana pool event. And I know that there is talks for getting us there. I am all for it. I'm looking forward to that and that opportunity to go down there and showcase and stream you guys' pool event. So keep it in some of the good words over there.
I'm still working on the operators with that one for the board. See what
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let them know we're the best. We don't play around, and we're happy to go and showcase that too as well. So.
Gotcha.
Okay, Don. Well, I appreciate it. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and leave it in the chat, and I can always send Don a message to get those answers. So, Don, again, thank you very much. Indiana State Darts happens on February 22nd to 25th. Red Eye Rhino will be live streaming it and bringing you guys action all live. And just a final note, remember that this weekend is the live stream of the Shoot to the Moon Still Tip event. In fact, I'm going to try to get someone on here in a couple days. We pack up on Thursday morning and we fly out. I'm going to see if I can get someone here to talk about the event. The stage is amazing, so I'm really looking forward to showing you guys that, and there's going to be some really good darts thrown, and Joe Ramos will be there, of course, commentating. So check us out this weekend, starting on Friday, lasting until Sunday. Again, Don, thank you very much. You have a good night.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, yep, and peace out, folks at home. I'm going to league, and I'm kicking some butt. I'm going to shoot a solid 3-5 tonight in cricket, and 0-1 I'm going to shoot. It's a double out. So I'm going to shoot 29. That's what I'm going for. All right. Thanks, guys. Later.
Thanks.
What up, Paul Rogers? What's up, James?